Run, river, run, run through the hills. Run, river, run to the sea. Run, river, run to your place beneath the sun. Run, river, run over me.
Hi, this is Jan Lewis. Welcome to be my guest today. We have a real treat. We have our new children's librarian here in Upton Town Library. You've seen her before. She's worked here, but now she is the official children's librarian. Leanne Murphy. Welcome, Leanne.
Thank you.
You know that smiling face? You come downstairs. Well, there's one of your finest smiling faces. I read about Leanne becoming our new children's librarian in the Upton Town Crier. And this was the September issue, September 15th. And when Claire left, you took over. You said, that looks good to me. And I said, oh, perfect. So she is going to tell us a lot about, first about her background, education. You grew up in Marlborough, right?
Yes.
And you went to school all the way through.
I did. And then I went on to college, got my bachelor's in education, and taught in the Marlborough Public School System, teaching ESL for 11 years. And while I was doing that, I got my master's degree in teaching ESL as well. So I've always loved working with kids.
So you knew, when you left high school, you knew this is what you wanted to do.
I did.
And now Elms College, you said, was out in the western part of this, Chicopee, right?
Yes, small school. At that time it was a women's college, and it was just a good fit for me. Not too far from home, just a small atmosphere, which I loved.
Did you live there for 4 years?
I did.
Now, I grew up in Wilbraham, and I thought, why haven't I ever heard, maybe I did, but forgot, Elms College. So it was in Chicopee. How far is that from the Springfield area?
Probably about 10 or 15 minutes. Yeah, it's right there.
Why did I hear about it? When did it become non-women, just women? When did it become co-ed?
Probably within the past 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So.
Yeah, that was it's a small school. That's what I should have done. I picked one of those big state universities. Wrong for me, because I didn't know soul. And I always recommend to the kids, know at least one person when you go. I was terribly homesick.
And I did know one person when I went, and I tell people to this day that that school was the school that made me who I am today.
Yeah,
you really did.
Maybe
brought me out of my shell.
Was it all elementary type education up there?
At that time, education was one of the biggest majors, along with nursing.
Nursing.
So now there's a good variety, but I'd say those two majors are still the biggest majors they have.
That's really good. She came very well prepared. I had actually read about it in the newspaper article about her, but all the different things going on. Now, do you have a particular vision for things that you'd like to see happening?
Kind of. Right now I'm in the mode where I'm just kind of keeping things consistent with how they were run by Nicole, our former children's librarian, with implementing a few new things along the way. So just slowly gaining momentum, I guess you'd say.
Are you surprised that it happened kind of quickly? Were you surprised?
It did, but
you were ready.
I think Matthew knows I'm a hard worker, having worked there for the past 4 years, and I was ready to go.
What did you do before that?
I worked downstairs as a circulation clerk at the library, and then before that I had stayed home for about 10 years to raise my family, and before that I was teaching at the Marlborough Public Schools. So.
Yes, English is a second language.
Yes.
Boy, I know I tutored on that. I had a lady from Russia. It was difficult. She really couldn't really read so what I did is I got some children's books. I said, let's start with this, because it's like,
using pictures, simple words, simple text, repetitive
and that's
language.
how I helped her with it. It wasn't the easiest thing in the world. Another woman from, I think it was Haiti, and she said she could speak it very well, but she couldn't write it.
And that's usually the last skill that takes place for English language learners.
Yeah. Now, we also have on our Upton Town Library, they've opened Friday to a little bit longer now.
We have. In July, we changed our hours so that we have Tuesday through Thursday are 10 to 8. Fridays and Saturdays are now 10 to 4, both days, which has been really great for patrons to be able to have those extra hours on Fridays, and even Saturdays still 10 to 4 is great.
Yeah, that's right. And they just had one of their really cool book sales.
Yeah.
Oh, I filled it, was it $25? I filled the bag. And I made the mistake of trying to lift it and pull it into the car, and I ended up with my back going screwy again for a day or two. But it is so much fun.
It's a great deal, a chance to stock up for those long winter months, and for teachers. I like to recommend that teachers come in and stock up for their classrooms.
Yeah.
And they did very well.
Even though it was raining out, well, we thought it was going to rain that day, so They just had it right here inside the library.
Mhm.
I was surprised. I kept thinking, how are they going to do this?
We did it.
You did it. Did you know ahead of time how you would do it?
We were planning for the weather. We kind of had an idea that the weather was coming, so
Yeah.
Matthew was very busy the day before helping to get things set up
Yeah.
and ready.
So, Leanne, let's get into some of those
Sure,
fun things we
sure.
have for the kids.
There's
First
a
of
lot
all,
going on.
let's go. Well, Lego Club, what's that all about?
That is something we have had in the past, so that's one of those things I've just continued to maintain, and mostly Matthew runs that program. I just do a lot of the advertisement for him. It's every Thursday afternoon after the elementary kids get out of school, so it's for kids, maybe 5 years old to 12 years old, and they just come and they play and they make connections with other kids, and it's a great social experience.
Is it
And we provide everything.
Is it brand new now, or is it just sort of, has it
The
been
Lego
going?
Club?
Yeah,
We had it kind of fizzled out for a while, and now it's back strong.
it is back strong.
Yeah,
That's
during the summer it was very popular. We had a lot of kids coming in.
Where do you have it?
In the children's area.
Okay.
So we set up some extra tables, and we have bins full of Legos that we provide for the children to use there.
Yeah.
And they have a great time.
I have heard something, I don't know what library it is, they've started something on adult Legos. Is this cool?
It is cool. We've had some coloring activities as well, and I think it's a great chance for kids or adults to just kind of relax, de-stress before starting their afternoon.
Do we have an adult coloring?
Not yet. I've done some with the teens,
Oh, I
which is
love
another
it.
program we'll talk about.
Oh, boy, yeah, because I have a lot of friends who, well, I collect, those coloring books. I can't go in there. I see one, I'm like, oh. But after a while, you get a lot. But you can use anything within the markers, the colored
Yeah,
pencils,
yeah.
everything. Now, baby story time. How old does the little one have to be to make it to that?
Birth to age 3, so we've got kids who are as young as 6 to 8 weeks old. We've had them come in, and kids who maybe just aren't ready for that next level of preschool story time, where they have to really sit and pay attention and focus on directions to do a craft. So the baby story time is very popular right now.
Yeah, you hold up the pictures, right? They can at least, see the picture.
With the baby story time, we use some board books, some simple books, not very long. We do a lot of music and movement, and right now we have a performer named Deb Hudgens come in a couple times a month, and that's going to be throughout the year, and she's coming to us courtesy of a network called Beginning Bridges,
Oh,
which is a
yeah.
family network in
I
Uxbridge.
think we've had
So,
them on here. Deb Hudgens, I don't know if she has been on, but we have at Beginning Bridges, I think we've had them on. Are they up in Milford as well?
That I'm not sure of. They're working with about, I think, 4 different towns right now with their grants, and we were one of the lucky towns to
Yeah. We
be
got
able
it.
to get access with
Before we
that.
go any further, Leanne, we're interviewing with Leanne Murphy, and she is our new children's librarian here in Upton, Massachusetts, at the library. Leanne, how can the parents reach you if they want to?
Well, certainly they can stop in anytime at the library, or they can email me. My email is lmurphy@cwmars.org, or call. The telephone number at the library is 508-529-6272. And also, I could mention, you can find us on Instagram and Facebook as well. We've been doing a lot with that, trying to give people notifications when events are happening, or just seeing some of our work that the kids have been working on.
Also, can people go on the uptonma.gov site, our town site?
Yes, they have recently updated that, so there's a link for me there as well. You have to look under the library department link, and myself and Matthew have email links there. Matthew being the director.
That is so great.
Yep, so you can find us.
Preschool story time. Okay, this is the age
Right.
group of what?
Kids who are about 3, so we have some young preschoolers who maybe haven't started going to preschool yet, up till about age 6. So kids that aren't in kindergarten full-time yet.
That's it.
That's it.
Now, when my son was in, I think, first grade, I was over in Northbridge, and they had a program where parents could volunteer. I can read, and those they're like these little kind of soft cover books, really simple. The kids, I'd sit out in the hall, and teacher would send them out one by one to read with me. This is only first grade. And I had one kid come out, and he was just trotting right along. I went, oh my God. I said, there's something wrong with my child. He's not reading. I almost panicked, and it wasn't that. My son told me, yeah, Mom, he's got a couple big brothers at home, and they taught him.
And I think we're finding kids are learning to read younger and younger
Yeah.
nowadays as well. So.
Yeah, definitely. I went into it, I'm like, oh my God, does he need a tutor? No, he didn't. And he picked it up. Within a couple weeks, he had it. But I was just, this kid was amazing. He was reading more at a third grade level. I thought, what happened? But luckily, it wasn't, that was scary. Teen Tuesdays.
That's one of our new events that I've been trying to get together
Yeah.
and run. It's every Tuesday from 3 to 4 in our gathering room at the library. Totally drop-in, so there's no registration required. For ages probably about 12 through 18, so your middle school, high school age children. We're just getting started. There used to be a large teen group before I started here, and it kind of fizzled out, so we're trying to get that group going again, get kids in, see what they'd like to have for programming, what kind of activities. So far we've done a couple art projects, just developing things with them.
It
Done
used
some
to
games.
be, and that used to be Matt's office.
Yes.
Okay, so as you're going into the library, you go past the receptionist desk, just go straight, and then you pass the children's room, then you don't go all the way to the end of the hall for the gathering room, you go to the right.
No, it's straight down the hall and to the left. It's where our old Board of Health department used to be in town.
Oh, okay, so it's in that, like the reading area in the back?
There's a large room with just tables right now.
Okay,
No materials are back there.
because I know they have 1 or 2 computers in the back too.
That's our study room, which you can reserve as well.
Oh,
So we have 2 rooms available for to be reserved. So when I run our Teen Tuesdays events, I reserve the gathering room, which is the larger room. So if we have book groups, any kind of movie nights, teen groups, anything like that, we use our gathering room and we reserve it. And that's where we actually hold our baby story time, because it's a larger group and we
Yeah.
need more room to move around, use musical instruments and whatnot.
So Leanne, they give you, this is interesting, so if somebody wants to tutor someone or you can call and reserve the other room.
Exactly.
What's it called, that room?
That room, we call it the study room, so it's smaller. It's more geared to people doing tutoring, it's because it is smaller. It does have a computer in it, a desktop computer.
Okay. So you can actually reserve it, it doesn't cost anything, you just
No,
say, hi,
free
you'd
of
like to
charge.
have it for,
And you can call, or you can do that via our website. There's a link you can follow to reserve rooms.
okay. Or just call if you want. What's the telephone number again at the line?
508-529-6272.
This is great, because all this time, if I was meeting up when I do a memoir for somebody, I had no idea we had one of those rooms here now. So I was meeting at other libraries, where they might have a private space. This is good to know. So now we have a room, and we can reserve it.
It's been getting used a lot since we started that in July.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's great.
Definitely.
I think that had my son grown up here, I would have used that room to have a tutor in his math or something. He'd come right over there.
It was
That's
used a
good.
lot during the summer, and it's continued to be used, so.
How long has it been there?
Since
Matt moved
July.
out.
Since July, we made that switch for those rooms.
And Matt's upstairs now where the old sci-fi was, right?
Yes, yes.
That's a prep, because Matt loves sci-fi, and my husband loves sci-fi. And so far, Matt and my husband Paul are the only ones who are in the sci-fi reading group.
That was one of our new reading groups we started.
Don't be shy. There's a number of you out there. I know there are. It's a good little group. I think it meets the first Thursday of every month.
Yeah, well, actually, I brought a calendar, which actually is a good segue right now. Every month, we put out one of these Upton Town Library calendars, is where you can find all the events that go on at our library, from babies all the way up through adults, and you can also find it on our website as well.
A lot of people don't understand the wonderful part of the C.W. Mars area that we're in. You can go to the library, and you can order a book, and you can also bring it back from another area library too. And they think, well, no, it has to go back to, like, no. I mean, unless it was ordered, by your library, it can come right back here.
Right. We've actually had a lot of people, Hopkinton Public Library is under reconstruction right now, so
Yeah.
we've had a lot of their patrons visiting us, returning things, ordering things while they've been under construction.
Yeah, I think Hopkinton has its open house next week, I think.
Mhm.
I think that's,
It's opening at the end of the month, I think.
that'll be fun.
Yeah.
I went to where they were temporarily. Oh, the poor things, they were in some
Yeah.
old office.
I visited there myself a couple times.
It just didn't cut it. It just wasn't
Like an
the,
office building, not that homey library feel.
yeah, it didn't have it. Special events coming up, artwork from local schools.
Yeah, that's something that we've done in the past, and I've been organizing once again. So right now in our gathering room, we have artwork from Blackstone Valley Tech, one of the local high schools. I worked with Ashley McClure, who is the art teacher there at BVT, and she had some of her students come and do the installation for their artwork. We have pieces that are from mostly juniors and seniors, and they're on display in our gathering room.
Can other people, local artists, display in there?
They could. They could. They just have to contact myself or Matthew, the director. We
Yeah,
can
that'd be
organize
good.
that. Right now, I'm working on having the local schools sign up to do that.
Yeah.
To do a little outreach with them. Next month in November, we'll have artwork from Nisco Hill School from the 7th and 8th grade art programs with John Hansen, the art teacher there.
Some of the best artwork is done by kids.
Yeah.
My husband and I went to a photography. He had great work up at the Hopkinton, what's that center for the arts up there? I don't know. We went there. He had a great exhibit. A lot of black and white, very professional. But I ended up walking out of there, and there was a hallway filled with bright colored, almost looked like children's art, but it was, I think, done by seniors. Whatever. That's where I had fun. Oh, it's
We
great.
have a lot of great local talent, so it's always exciting to bring
Yeah,
the artwork in for other patrons to see what's going on in our community.
definitely. Let them know what's going on, and
So
then you
that's
have a
what it
first
is.
grade trip coming up.
We do that every year here at the Upton Town Library. We have first grade classes from Memorial Elementary School coming the next 2 Mondays in October. The children will walk down with their classes. We'll give them a tour. We'll just go through the process of getting a library card for the first time.
Can they borrow that day?
They do. They get
Oh.
to take home one item with them.
Oh, I
So
think
it's
that's
a great trip.
Oh, love it. And then you have the Halloween fun coming up.
Yeah, that's a new event that I created for this year. We're just doing a couple simple crafts, a little STEM building challenge using pumpkin candies. So just having a little Halloween fun. And that is a registration event, so the parents can go to the website or give us a call and we can register them. We have something called Event Keeper on our website that we use a lot for events that need registration.
What's the website again?
UptonLibrary.org is our website.
Okay, and I think you can call here too to register for that. It's on October 28th, 11 o'clock or 2 o'clock, so you can pick a time.
We have 2 different sessions. They'll be an hour apiece, right?
Oh, that's
We're
good.
taking 8 children for each session, so we're kind of keeping it small so we can have a good time.
Any age stipulation?
It is mostly for the elementary age
Okay.
students, so ages 6 to 12, and we are welcoming costumes that day. So
Ooh.
feel free to dress up.
I love Halloween.
Yeah.
My father one time, we lived way up on a hill, and he loved it. He taped himself groaning and moaning on a tape recorder. Then he had my mother wrap him in toilet paper so he would look like a mummy. And he was going down the driveway, and he scared the living daylights out of love. So some of the older kids said, "Oh, that's just Mr. Lewis," but he loved it, and it rubbed off on me. I love Halloween. Oh, we don't
Lot of
here in
people
Upton.
like
We
it.
don't get that many kids, but it's all right, you know.
Yeah,
You
so this is
know.
a chance to do a little something fun.
The cookie decorating coming up in December.
I'm hoping to run this program in December. It's just, we're hoping to do a couple special events like the Halloween Fun, something like that throughout the year, a couple different times for different age groups. So that one we're probably thinking might be for the middle school, the tween age students, but that's in the works.
That's in the
We
works.
haven't worked out the details for that yet.
This is so.
Yeah.
Now, summer reading, of course, that we're looking now at 2018 will be live. The theme is Libraries Rock.
Right, so we start planning early. They've already released the theme.
Yeah.
That's what the theme will be for next summer's program, and that will start in June and run all the way through August. So I'm starting to gather ideas, talk to other librarians, and get some plans in the works.
I've always loved that idea. When I know when Wally was growing up, the library was have like it was like a little pamphlet of paper, and you had to write in what you read and check it off. And if you got a sticker for how many you did read.
A reading log. We still
You do
do
that
reading
too?
logs
Okay.
in different ways, and the kids bring them in, and there usually is some kind of incentive reward.
Oh, that's you know something
it's all in the
about.
plans right
I've
now.
always said that adults are just big kids, and really, I would love to see a reading log thing for us grown-ups.
Oh, okay.
I would love it. There are a lot of people who do still read,
Right.
and they keep track of it, and then everybody gets together at the end of the summer, whatever. Maybe I don't know about the adults so much in summer, but maybe more in the winter time. And everybody gets at the end of it
Sure.
and gets together and says, "See what I did." Now you have Spanish collection here.
Right. That's one of the goals I've had as I've been hired, is to add to the Spanish collection of materials that we have, because in our local school district we do have a Spanish immersion program that's been quite successful, and I felt that we needed to add to that collection a little more.
Yeah.
Having worked as a circulation clerk before that, I could see that parents were coming in and taking out a lot of materials in that collection,
Yeah.
and I didn't feel we had enough. So
Sure.
I've been working on that, and I've worked with the coordinator for the Spanish immersion program Her name is Senora Cardamone.
Mhm.
And we talked a little bit about what she would like to see added to the collection, what would help her students most. So I've been working on that with her.
MURSD.
Mendon Upton Regional School District.
Okay, all right.
So,
Alrighty, now new stickers.
yeah, so I brought one of our books. This is actually one of the books from our Spanish collection.
La Granja.
La Granja, it means the farm. So
Yeah.
we've been adding materials like this, but all of the children's materials that are newly added will be having these new stickers. So that's how people can identify what's new in our collection,
Mhm.
as well as the adult collection.
Okay, so look for that sticker,
Those
like a
new
star, on
stickers.
it, a yellow
Yeah,
star.
yeah.
And that's Spanish.
This one is a Spanish material, but all the children's materials and the adult collection do get those stickers.
They
So
do.
helps you identify them a little better.
Do you need anything at the library that, if anybody could donate, anything that you could think of to help with these projects?
Well, year-round, we take donations to our book sale,
Yeah.
which is always helpful.
Oh, yeah.
Those book sales help fund our Museum Pass program
Mhm.
for the library. So I would say that's where people can donate the most. But if they're
Yeah.
interested in anything else, they can certainly contact me or Matthew.
Yeah, I know, when you come in our library here, and if you're not from around here, but you come into our library, and right there on the left is this fantastic bookshelf. And if you're an avid reader, it's like, ooh, I gotta see what's on it
Full
today.
of
I've done
goodies.
that many times. You say, I want that one. So you go downstairs and you just purchase it there at the desk. I've donated, I don't know how many books through the years to that.
SFI.
I love it. Did I know just
Yeah.
before the book sales, they had tons of boxes down there.
Right.
And that they were trying to get ready for the sale,
Yeah,
probably.
and then we'll have another one in the spring, usually in May.
Yeah.
We have one.
Hopefully the weather will be better, be real nice and
Yeah,
sunny out
yeah.
there. Usually they do it right on the front lawn. It's kind of fun.
Yes, yes.
Now we have Facebook, social media right here.
Right.
What's our
Our Instagram link is at Upton Town Library,
Mhm.
and for Facebook we are just Upton Town Library.
Mhm.
And Matthew and myself are the ones that do the posting for that, and we just usually post any of the things like our flyers. I brought
Yeah.
flyers to show you, so we post things like this to let people know what's going on.
preschool story time?
This one's Preschool Storytime, any of the programs we have right now. Here's one for Teen Tuesdays.
Mhm.
These were some of the
Yeah,
things
there
we
you go,
did in
Paul. Teen
October.
Tuesdays too. Yeah.
Right? And this is one for our Halloween fun. These are the things we're going to be making.
Let me see this a second.
Some classic
I
Halloween.
love Halloween. All right, now
Crafts.
they look like jelly beans. Okay, on the side. Isn't that cool? Oh, look at the spider. The spider
So
ring.
we're going to be making one of those popcorn candy gloves that
Oh, okay.
you've seen people make with the little spider ring.
Yeah.
And then a STEM building challenge, which STEM refers to science, technology, engineering, and math. A lot of schools create toothpick and marshmallow creations, and they build with them. We're doing them with pumpkin jelly candies.
I saw that.
a little thematic twist to it.
I'm thinking, how do you get it to stand? Oh, that's the challenge, right?
That's the challenge. See how tall you can build it, how wide.
Do they get to eat it
different
after?
creations. That'll be up to their families,
Up
but
to
I
their-
would think they might want to just take it home, show it off a little bit.
A popcorn mitt, right?
Yeah, glove, spooky glove, I guess you could call it.
For grades.
So,
K through
so
5.
anything like that, we've been posting pictures of.
Yeah.
That we've been doing with the teens or the preschool, just so people can see what we're doing, what we're all about, and maybe get motivated to join us.
I know that schools, don't they take different tours? They bring the kids down here in the classrooms to take a tour of our
Well, our
library?
our
First
first grade field trip's upcoming in a couple weeks, so
Yeah.
they'll come down. We'll have a tour.
That's a
read
lot of
story.
kids. That's a lot
We'll
of
have
children.
2 consecutive weeks,
Yeah.
one class in the morning, one class in the afternoon, each of those Mondays.
So you always liked working with children.
I did.
So you were like me when I was a kid. My best friend and I formed a neighborhood summer camp. It was kind of fun. It was being entrepreneurs at 11. That's pretty wild,
Yeah.
but we did that too. And then when I went to college, I started out like a lot of the girls did. It'll be elementary ed.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got bored. My roommate was an art major, and she was having a lot more fun. I, without even asking my parents, changed right over into art. I didn't do anything much with it, when I left, but, I still do art.
Right.
But it's, you stuck with it. You
I did. My first few jobs, I worked in libraries and doing summer camps, and then just followed into teaching.
Yeah. And
I did summer camps even when I was teaching too.
You did?
Working with kids. So
Were you born in Marlboro?
I was born in Framingham.
Framingham. Okay, and then
But
you were
most-
raised.
Just for 6 months, and
Raised
then I
in
moved to Marlboro. Right.
How many kids do you have?
I have 3 children. One's a senior at Blackstone Valley Tech. One is a sophomore at Nipmuc, and one is a 7th grader at Misco Hill School.
Aw.
So they keep me busy as well, and they share their ideas. And
Are they going to go your way at all towards work with children?
I don't know. I think maybe one of them.
Maybe one.
Maybe one, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well, Blackstone Valley Tech, did you say a senior?
He's a senior,
So this
he's
is the
looking at
last
schools.
year. What does he
Yeah.
want to do?
We've been looking at colleges, thinking something maybe with engineering,
Yeah.
industrial design, something along those lines.
Yeah,
So-
yeah. Is he considered a millennial? I know my son is. He's 25.
I think they all might be. I'm not
Yeah.
sure.
It's a
At
wild
least the
group.
older two.
They're different. They really
I learn
are.
a lot from them, that's for sure.
We are so happy to have Leanne Murphy
Thank
with
you.
us, and she is our new children's librarian here at
Thank you.
Upton Library. One more time, Leanne, how could they reach you to ask you questions?
The easiest way for a lot of people would be my email, which is lmurphy@cwmars.org. You can call the library at 508-529-6272 or stop by anytime at our location.
And is there something that you have in your mind that you really want to, like a real big vision you have that you would hope you're going to see come to fruition?
I really would like to see our teen group
Yeah.
kind of explode and really have a good group started.
That would be fun.
I'd really like to see that because I think that's the
Yeah.
one missing piece to our library.
Yeah.
We get a lot of young kids, we get the adults, but those teens are the group we'd really like to see more of.
You know, you're so right, because I know when I was raising my son, there were a lot of activities for little ones,
Right.
up to maybe 11, 12.
Mm-hmm.
But then afterwards, it seemed like they were not set adrift, but there weren't as many. If you weren't into sports,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah.
it had to be a certain way, and you try to figure what else would he be interested in. But you've got a smorgasbord.
Well,
You've already in your head, you know what you want
I'm
to do.
trying to make it fun for
Yeah.
the teens. I think nowadays teens can have a very stressful life with homework
Yeah,
and the amount of just work they have to do. Jobs, schoolwork, driving, things like that. So Teen Tuesdays, I'm trying to make it a fun event. Let them come in, relax, do some arts, play some games with friends, and just be at the library. And then
Yeah.
if they find the books and other materials we have, that's just icing on the cake.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we're very blessed to have Leanne with us, and
Thank you.
Nicole was great too, and we missed Nicole too. But when I heard that Leanne was going to, I saw her face in the newspaper,
Thank you.
and I read this, and then I said, "Oh, bingo!"
Thank you.
The big
It's-
smile, and
it's
oh
been
yeah,
great.
definitely. Hopefully, they'll come up with some fun things for us big kids. That would be really
We're trying. We're
cool. Really
trying.
coloring and things like that,
Yeah.
and even clay. I mean,
Well, we're
you molded clay.
always open to suggestions.
Fun.
Just let one of us know and
Yeah.
see what we can do.
Thank you, Leanne,
Yeah.
for being on the show.
Thank you.
Come down and see her. We'll see you next time. I'll be my guest.
Bye-bye.